guys, how's it going? I really hope that you guys are doing well during this time, that you're able to have some fun, able to relax, and still able to get some schoolwork done now that we figured out a way to go online for you guys. I look forward to seeing you at some point in time during this week. But for this lesson, since I would normally go over some music or drama with you guys in class, I'm hoping to be able to do a little bit of that outside of class now as well. I've never really gotten into music before, but I'm hoping to show you guys a little bit of the basics. So before you can really get into music, there's a couple of things that you need to know. Important part is your beat, your rhythm, because you can't have a song without a beat. So what is your beat? Your beat is like your tempo. It is how fast or how slow the song is moving, and it is also the time signature in your music. So you have some songs that are like 4/4 time, you have some songs that are 3/4, some songs that are 6/8. There are a lot of different time signatures, but we're going to keep it really simple with the easiest and the most basic one, and that is 4/4. A lot of songs are in 4/4. And we're going to learn about some notes. The first note I am going to show you is the quarter note. It looks like this. This stem part can either be up like I've drawn it, or it can go down as well, but as long as it's colored in and it's got a nice line up or down, this is your quarter note, and it means that there is one beat for this note. So in a 4/4 time signature, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so there was one ding for every beat. That is your quarter note. Now, another note we have is our half note. This one looks a lot like the quarter note, but instead of being colored in the center, it is nice and open. So that's how you know that this one is the half note and not the quarter note. And this one gets 2 beats. So instead of tapping every beat like the quarter note, you would do every other beat. So it would sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd hit it on every odd number. The last note that I'm going to show you guys today is your whole note. This one is just a giant circle, no tail, not colored in, nothing to it, and it's got 4 beats. So this one note lasts the entire measure of a 4/4 time signature. So this one, you're only going to play it once, and it should hopefully hold the entire measure, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All done. Then if you were to keep going, you could do 2, 2, 3, 4, and hold it out some more. But you'd want it to stay the entire 4 beats, because it's a whole note, and so it should last the whole measure. Just like your half note lasts half the measure, and your quarter note lasts only a quarter of the measure. So there's some math in here as well. Sorry guys. Alright, so now that you have those 3 basic notes, you can do different things with them. So if we're still sticking with our music, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. So I started with a whole note, and it held for the whole measure. Then I did 2 half notes. Then I did 4 quarter notes, and then we went back to 1 whole note. You notice that I also probably did 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. This is a counting technique that musicians use so that you know what measure that you're on. So there's probably a lot of measures on the page. Let's say short song, there's like 20 measures. So you'd get lost if you kept going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really, really hard to keep track of what measure you're on if you're saying the same thing over and over and over again. I know I'm not going to be able to count how many 1, 2, 3, 4s I've said if I'm not counting it. So if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to like 22, 3, 4, then you're always going to know where you are in the piece so that hopefully you don't get lost and you stay with the rest of the group. Now I did some with my little keyboard on my phone, but you can also clap it out. You don't need to have a piano or a guitar or any other instrument to be able to do music. You gotta have some sort of beat, and that normally comes from drums or even just clapping your hands. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It was the same thing that I did on the keyboard, but I clapped it instead of pressing a note. Now my clap isn't going to hold out as long as the note would, so it's really important to keep counting so that you know that in theory it is holding out and you're not counting more. I think I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 over and over and over again, but that's okay. It was short, so I didn't get lost. Next week, actually before I go to next week, you can also change how fast or how slow you guys are going with this. So, just because you have the 4 beats in a measure doesn't mean you have to keep it as slow as I did. You can speed it up a little bit and see how fast you can do it without making any mistakes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe even faster. See how fast or how slow you want to do it. Play around with it a little bit. You can change it up. You don't have to do a whole note, 2 half notes, 4 quarter notes, and a whole note. You can do 2 half notes, a whole note, 4 quarter notes, another 4 quarter notes. Play around a little bit because that's how music works. That's how you find out what you want to do, is by messing around a little bit. All right, then next week I'm going to show you some things that are a little bit harder. You've got what's called a 8th note and a 16th note. And we even have some rests, which are when you don't have any sound at all. A little bit harder to do when you're clapping, but I will show you how we do that too when we're clapping. Instead of doing like a 1, 2, 3, 4, we normally do a rest 2, 3, 4, and you say that so that you know if you're playing an instrument there wouldn't actually be any sound coming out. You speak it before you play typically so that the music director knows that you understand how the music works. So we'll just say it out loud like that to practice. Alright, I hope you guys had some fun with this, and clap away, or you have an instrument, go ahead. Let me hear it. Guitar, clarinet, trumpet, anything. anything you got, alright? Bye guys.